Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As you see by the title in today's video, I'm going over all my methods on how to defend the post. A lot of these are my own, but I'm also going over some 2K mechanics. Now, number one, and what I'm going to show you for the first probably 2-3 minutes of this video, and this is the best way to defend the post in my opinion, is the pull chair method. So, for those of you who don't know, and I'll detail this as we go further along in the video, as you can see, I'm on my Peerlock 6.5 right here, and another thing is to force pickups. Obviously, you guys know that. In the post, if they're going to try to handle it outside of where the elbow is, or, you know, even the blocks, then you got to go for forced pickups right here. But what I will say is, once they start backing you down, just let them think they're, pause before I say this, but let them think they're dominating you. Let them think that they're going to keep just backing you down, because you want them to do that. You want them to, like, aggressively back down, because the thing is, they lose the ball every single time if they're using both triggers to back you down, which is the aggressive back down, which, you know, and so that one right there is the conservative back down. Now, sometimes the conservative still pops the ball free, but it's less of a rate than the aggressive back down. So you're gonna see on this one, he completely loses the ball. He had his takeover. He was trying to just straight up body me down low. Like, bro, pause so many times in this video. All right, listen, just I'm gonna commentate. This is how I want to. All right, but anyway, again. And this is another thing too that I wanted to detail. So, and you see I get a 20 streak on the 1v1 court, yada yada, but I just wanted to plug that. So real quick, I want to explain how pulling the chair and they don't lose the ball sometimes also ends up just, and you see he's on his takeover, but sometimes it ends up where they just go up with a horrible layup, because then you can just go for the block. Now you see AK with the nice help right there. Another thing with stopping post scores is obviously double teaming as well. That's a huge thing as far as stopping posts. Now on 2v2 it's kind of harder to double the posts. Now you see I hit him with this charge method too. So I'm going to run that back and explain this. So you're going to get to the off shoulder. Boom, hold B. It's a blocking foul, but in Park that's not called. So I would really advise to do that too. Just like I said, get to his off shoulder and hold B. Now again, you see the pull chair completely loses it. This is a great method for 2v2. I'll just put it like that. You see this entry pass. Boom, he's going to back down as soon as he touches it. So the key is to move your left stick toward the hoop, or quote unquote away from the person you're defending as soon as he tries to back you down. So soon as they look like they're about to aggressive like push, you just push with them. It's as simple as that. It makes complete sense the more you like really think about it and break it all down. But anyway, we got one more pull chair clip, and then right here I'm just going to show you how it's pretty amazing how my 6'5" lock just freaking defends these bigs. It's pretty wild. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get to this right here as we run this back one more time. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the controls. So now we're gonna go over this, then I'll explain some badges, and we'll just go over all that. Now, like I said, these are all my opinions and methods. I will break all this down for you guys in the next couple minutes of this video. But hey, also, like I said, if any of this information does give you any advice or it helps you, feel free to drop a like for me. I'd really appreciate that. And let's try to get this to like 1,000. So hope you guys appreciated that pull chair method. So as you can see, the controls as we're on this right now, move left stick away from the post ball handler, or toward the hoop, if you will. I mean, I guess not very often are they going to be backing you down. Actually, yeah, just keep in mind it's away from the defender, because I guess now that I think about it, they could be posting up on that right block, and you have to, if you move toward the hoop, it's not really going to do anything. You gotta move away from them. But anyway, like you can see, move left stick away from the post ball handler, then quick release while being back down. So again, the key is to like push it down soon as they push in, basically. So anyway, now obviously, like I said, the take charge method, where, you know, and this is different because you're not actually taking a charge. Don't do this in Pro-Am or MYCAREER or anything like that, or, you know, reg teams if that's where you're watching it for. This only works in the park, this method that I'm talking about, where you try to get the blocking fouls and make them pick the ball up, and then so they go through this animation and they're like, hey, what the heck is going on there? Like their dude like stands up, like throws his arms up and just like, you know, lets go of the ball, because it's supposed to be a foul animation, but because you're in park where there's no blocking fouls, it's literally just a charge essentially, and they lose the ball. So anyway, this swap block doesn't mean very much to you while defending the post. This is more for defending off the pick and roll and trying to catch up, in my opinion. Now the vertical contest, keep this right here in mind. you hold left stick away from the shooter and press Y. They think this is more of a jump shot thing. I completely disagree. You're gonna go ahead and see. And also one more thing I want to talk about too. This is how I go for steals as well. I didn't know if they were gonna show X or down on the right stick, but this is how I go for steals just in general. But I feel like it works very well in the post. If you flick right stick down on the, if you flick down on the right stick, this is my method of like stealing the ball. I don't ever use the X button, even if it's defending perimeter or if it's defending the post. It completely eliminates any of the spamming nonsense that you would do, and I feel like it's more effective because if you're more squared up and it's a good time to go for the steal, I feel like this works really well. But anyway, to detail the vertical contest, I'm gonna go ahead and transition to the badges now. And one thing I want to say that really coexists well with the vertical contest is pogo stick. Now, obviously, these are my 1v1 badges right here. I was just playing the ones earlier. Obviously, a lot of this would be shifted around otherwise, but as you can see, most of them are for defending down low. You got rim protector, pogo stick. Intimidator is kind of like a both ways badge. I would put it like this. So I have rim protector and pogo stick. Those are both more like post badges, if you will. And then intimidator and clamps and even chase down artists. Oh, okay. Intimidator and chase down artists are kind of like both ways. Chase down artist helps you for the perimeter people. Intimidator helps both ways 100%. And then clamps can actually work really well in the post too if you try to, not exactly for the post, but if you try to like get the body up animations and they have nowhere to go, you force a pickup, now they have a horrible shot and they can't do anything with it. In 2v2 and 3v3, that's completely different because obviously if you force a pickup, they're just going to pass the ball out, probably get it back. So forcing pickups doesn't matter as much. You're trying to create turnovers, you're trying to create bad shots, and you're trying to just make them miss, essentially. So why don't I have moving truck or post move lockdown? Especially for the 1v1 court. You're probably like, bro, all you're going to be doing is playing bigs. Honestly, first of all, that's not the case. But second of all, I want to explain how pulling the chair completely eliminates either of these badges from being needed, as well as pogo stick, because here's how I've always approached this as far as like this year's game goes. I mean, maybe in previous years I would want more strength or something like this, because these never used to be badges, but maybe I would want something like this, or if bruiser was a thing, I definitely want it still too. But for the most part, in the post, they're going to get you where they want to get you no matter what. They're going to keep backing you down until they get at the hoop. That's all they're going to do. So having pogo stick completely just puts all that stuff aside. You let them get to the hoop and you just bite on every pump fake. Now, like I said, keep in mind that, and you can see, allows players to quickly go back up for another block attempt upon landing. I want to explain how the vertical contest is perfectly coexisted with this badge. So like I was saying earlier, you hold left stick toward the hoop or away from your defender, and toward the hoop is my explanation of that. So you hold the left stick toward the hoop and you can just keep on pressing Y. If you got pogo stick on Hall of Fame, bro, you're gonna be gone. Bro, pause again. No, I'm not even gonna say it. Okay, so long story short, let me just go ahead and like explain it like this. Pogo stick allows you to play into your defense so perfectly, because into your defense with the hands up is terrible. Like, we know the shot contest, especially if you're smaller than your opponent, if you're like undersized and you just have no height to you as opposed to as the person you're defending, hands up defense sucks. It's horrible. So to have pogo stick, we know jump defense is great. Like when you jump and like try to get a contest, it's great. But without pogo stick, if you jump, you're kind of dead in the water after that. You just don't have anywhere to go after that because you're off the ground. Now they got you on a pump fake. If I'm ever down low and like pump fake somebody and they don't have pogo stick, I can tell 100%. This badge, I promise you, this is the one of like a lot of these badges. A lot of these ones you'll be like, bro, I don't even know if this thing's doing its job. This thing, you'll know for sure pogo stick is doing what it's supposed to do. But anyway, now let me talk about how pulling the chair equals moving truck and post move lockdown to be completely relevant. Now, the reason that you would have post move lockdown is if you're worried about getting beat on drop steps, if you're worried about getting beat on post spins. But I'm here to tell you that if you're playing for these chair pulls, you're never really going to be like fully bodied up on the dude. Like you're going to be on him, but then you're going to keep on like flicking your stick back toward the hoop. So really when he does the post spin, he's not going to really be as open as he should be because you're not really bodied up on him. I'm going to just explain it like that. And then moving truck, like I said, I mean, this is for resisting. And I feel like no matter what, even if you have 99 strength and Hall of Fame moving truck, if they have Hall of Fame back down punishment and 99 strength, they're still going to keep bodying you down there. Now, one thing I think moving truck should be known for is that it like deteriorates their stamina because it takes them longer to get you in the post. But then if you're constantly bodied up on them, I'm here to tell you that if you're expecting moving truck to be your like your problem solver, I mean, I guess I'd put it like this: you should have them both if you really want it, but I feel like that's a total waste of 8 defensive badges, especially if you're on a budget. I feel like having Pogo Stick, Rim Protector, and Intimidator would be the perfect use of like 12 badges. And then honestly, if you want, Heart Crusher would be big time too, because we know post takeover is like a horrible thing. It's so hard to stop because as soon as you get anywhere near them on the body ups, that's when the post spins and the drop steps start killing. So again, and one thing I will suggest too for when they have takeover on, just rely on your Pogo Stick, trust me. Now if they're coming out here post fading and post hopping or post hooking, then it's tough. It's real tough to stop a post scorer who is real nice with his post hooks and fades when he's on takeover too, because obviously the way to stop a post fade and post hook would be you have to body them up and get as close as possible on the shot contest. But if you body them up, then it's going to be easy post spins, easy drop steps, easy stuff like that. So just keep in mind when they have takeover, I would really suggest just play for the Pogo Stick blocks, and it's simple as that. Now, my best advice for how to stop the post fades and post hooks, you got to have this. You got to have Hall of Fame Intimidator. There's no doubt about it. You're not going to make them miss otherwise, and that's just a fact. I mean, the contest system is so horrible on those fades, and even worse on the hooks. Now, keep in mind, you're obviously, if that's the case and they're just spamming hooks and fades because those are clearly the best things, you have to play for the steals, you have to play for the chair pulls, but don't be too aggressive with the chair pulls because as soon as you keep backing up, they're just gonna hook and then they're wide open. So just play their tendencies. It's simple as that. You gotta play to their way. You can't just play the way you want. If you keep coming out here trying to pull the chair and they just keep on hooking you, you gotta switch your style up. Now, a good and great post scorer is going to hit you with a lot of post spins if you're bodied up on him trying to stop the fade. So just keep that in mind. But like I said, I would really suggest not to have these 2 badges if you're on a budget. If you got 30 of them and you're playing big man, I suppose you might as well rock these. But first of all, you don't run into too many post scorers in general in the 2v2 even. Like, it's mostly become an ISO guard method, but in the 1v1 court, I mean, these would be pretty good as well. But like I said, I don't even use them. I have 30 defensive badges on my pure lock. I don't even use them. I use Hall of Fame Rim Protector, Tireless Defender, Pickpocket, Intimidator, Chase Down, Clamps, Pogo, and then I believe Silver on Heart Crusher, something like that. But anyway, that's all for the vid. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, all that good stuff. Like I said, turn on them noties as well. Let's try to get this to like 1,000 likes. One thing as well, maybe use Trapper if you're playing, like, let's say Pro-Am. But like I said, you're not gonna just know you're gonna run into a post scorer. If I could tell you, I don't know how like the low level comp is for Pro-Am, but or even Rec, but let me just tell you, in like the competitive 5v5 Pro-Am scene, I want to say in the last 3 years, I ran into one post scorer, and he was like a point forward post scorer in 2K19. So all I'm saying is post scorers aren't really a thing in Pro-Am. A lot of people think they might be, but bro, they're just too slow in any situation. They just cannot keep up on the perimeter or in the pick and roll on the backside. So anyway, my point is you're not going to run into them in Pro-Am very often. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, all that good stuff. Turn on them noties. And if you got any other methods you want to put in the comments, feel free to as well. Also, if you made it to the end of the video, put post in the comments if you made it to the end of the vid, just to show that you supported and made it to the end. But anyway, like I said, other than that, hope y'all enjoyed, and take it easy, man. Peace.